welcome back. I thought I'd film doing the left side. It's just like the right, but hey, it's content, right? But I'll probably, you know, edit it down a little quicker. But that way, if there's any surprises, you guys get to see them. Let's get him up in the air. Well, it's kind of a shame, I guess. We'll just consider it an oil change. But it was, I think, just last year I resealed these soft plugs in the end here and put fresh oil in this hub, but there are those that say it's time to be changed after a year. Let's see how clean it looks. Still looks like gear lube. Just a little bit of discoloration, which there was a little bit gray before, so the stuff that didn't all drain out the last time blended in. It'll definitely be clean this time because she's getting fully disassembled. Well, I'd say it cleaned it up some to flush it out or change the oil, at least compared to the other side. Well, no thrust washer on this side either. I guess that's the way it was made. Some oil in there. Yep, once again, no grease left. Thanks, Kyle. All that goober weld. I mean, I guess it was working. Now, once again, inner seal. That thing is shot. And I can see it's been rubbing against that washer pretty hard. And even the bottom of that thrust washer. So it's hanging low in there. So another good candidate for, you know, that bushing in there. I'm kind of wondering if this might show why you have to make them custom, because I think this might be just a little tighter than the other side, even though he made these two bushings the same. I told him to go ahead and do that. And okay, this driver will hold it, although it doesn't really engage it all that well, but I guess we'll see how good it gets started. But it started. And then I left the other driver up there. Oh, this one's lost its ball. Should be a spring-loaded ball in there that helps everything stay together. Yeah, it probably wouldn't have hurt to shave a thousandth off this one, but it started now. Hope it doesn't crush it down too much. It's just shaving off the extra, that's all. Hope that I don't have to figure out a way to ream it because it crushed down. Because I was too lazy to go put it on the lathe. We can use the short shaft. Uh-oh. Chris did a bad thing. Yeah, let me get a file and clean up a couple of these nicks here. See if that makes a difference. Well, let's see if my filing will make the shaft fit. Nope. I should have known better when that much was peeling off. It was going to crush it down. Well, let's see if I can yank it out of there so I can either clean it up and resize it or make a new one. Well, I was able to yank it out of there without too much fuss and muss. Sure, I scuffed it up a little bit, but like I say, I can clean it up on the lathe. Resize the inside a little bit. Yeah, I think I could still reuse that. Hey, can anybody spot the problem there? Because the oil would be on this end down here, grease on this side. That's right, someone put this lip seal in backwards. It still would have sealed, but not as effectively. Pressure buildup in the final drive there, the planetary, and be more likely to push oil out through that seal. Probably wasn't a deal breaker, but definitely the wrong way. Let's get that stuff popped out. I had some brass around, so I went ahead and made this to fit this, and in here I had the specs, the drawing for the bushing, and so I made it just a little large. We'll see how it fits in there, but I may have to put that in a lathe. What is that hole? Is anywhere from 0.180 to 1810 to 1.813. So there's a little bit of variant. It could be a, I don't know. And then it's a split bushing in there. Of course, this is not a split bushing, but you put it in and then it's supposed to be sized. So that's another thing I could do, is size this bushing once I get it in there. But I think it even said it press fit, but press fit wasn't critical. So could always put some green Loctite on it, some sleeve Loctite. In the we'll measure that up. Ta-da. The bushing only engages that much. Well, maybe I made a bushing up for nothing. You got the thrust washer that will hold this square when everything's sandwiched together. This end, you got the sun gears on here between the other gears, so it keeps centered up there. It's like I can rock it, but I think there's some oil in the hole, and you want a little bit of room for oil. But that really doesn't seem that bad. I think I could just be making extra work for myself by changing that bushing out. I guess I can save that for a future project, the one I made. Okay, clean things up a little bit. There was just enough of a shoulder in there to try tapping my new bushing in. Just a skosh to see if it will fit in the hole. And it did. Without crushing down too far, the shaft still fit in. Let's make sure I just didn't bang it up too much there. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna knock this one out. I don't even see the split on it. I wonder if this, it looks like it's steel backed. Yeah, knock this one out and drive that one in and hope for the best. Worst I'll have to do is order a new bushing. Okay, I drove the old sleeve out without too much trouble. Drove my homemade one in without too much trouble. Guy could probably, the factory one's 1.25 inches. I made this one 1.5 inches. And it looks like there's enough depth in there, but you wouldn't get much more on the shaft. So it does gain you a little bit. But wow. Still can wiggle it some. But as far as, you've got to have a little room in there. It's a lot better than what it was before. Just a little wiggle space for oil. Turns nice and smooth. I think that is good. Will help support everything and keep that seal from getting destroyed. Which should help the other one as well, because if everything's seated in the middle here, that supports that other shaft, but we'll still put that inner one in. So I have to take that seal, or I'm sorry, that bushing up front to the lathe and clean that up and resize the inside a little bit. And then that one should be good. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be nice. Got a new thrust washer in there, new seal, and my homemade bushing. The old thrust washer measured up right, but boy, it had a lot of dings and dents in it. Had been in and out a few times, so went through the new ones I had and found the thickest one. 0.155 is what the new one is. Tolerance is 0.151 to 157. So I like them thicker. All right, round 2. That feels better. I had to remachine the inside as well because it squished it down. That feels better. Alright, let's see how this fits before we go any farther. Just a little bit of wiggle. Got some room for oil and, I don't know, misalignment, expansion, whatever. But I got a little ahead of myself. Didn't put the trunnion and stuff on. Not a big problem. That's sad. Ah, crap. Wonder if I got another one. That might have just ground this project to a halt. I dug through my stash and found another one. Let's hope this one holds up. I got some on order, so I guess, you know, they'll probably be here in a few days. So if I do toast this last one, which looks like I'm not going to, I might get it dirty. Chase out all the holes. Dang it. Go run that, tap down that other one once I get stuff into place. Sweet. That bucket's caught under there. Let's try that again. Back on his own feet and can steer.